Hello guys and welcome to episode 11 of the Caged In podcast. For those of you who haven't listened before, this is a podcast where I, Petros, am going to watch every film starring Nicolas Cage. So yeah, we started off with Valley Girl, we moved on all the way through the first 10 and now onto Vampire's Kiss, released in 1989. This is the same year as the fucking piece of dog shit I watched, Never on Tuesday. I kept calling it Never on a Tuesday, possibly because I'm a fucking idiot. Possibly because I knew before I even fucking watched it that it was going to be awful. Just going to get this out of the way at the beginning because those of you who have listened before kind of know this. Feel free to skip forward. I live by a couple of rules on this podcast, which are no distractions and no expectations. I'll give you a little breakdown of those. So no distractions, no phones, no tablets, no laptops, no outside world, just me, my guest this week, who I'll introduce in a moment, and the film. Just eye to eye with Cage, just giving him, fucking checking him out, being like, let's see what you got, big boy. That doesn't sound like fucking Gordon Ramsay there. Fuck! No expectations. So this has been more prevalent on previous episodes and will be more prevalent on upcoming episodes. It is, if I've never seen the film before, I'm not going to know fucking diddly shit about it. I'm just going to go in blind. I'm going to go in like it's 1989 and I'm walking up to the cinema and I'm going, Vampire's Kiss. Yeah, let's give that a go. Let's see what that's about. They didn't even have fucking internet back then. I couldn't look at IMDb scores or Rotten Tomatoes. If I was lucky, I might have a strange mate who's like, Vampire's Kiss. Yeah, it's fucking a work of art. Check it out. So yeah, I'll get at the end, once opinions have been made, then as I've done in the last few episodes, I will then check out if my views are matching those of popular opinion. So we will look at the IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, and possibly, if he has watched it, Roger Ebert, because every time I have Googled scores for films, his scores have come up, so he seems like a reliable source. I know he's very trusted in the reviewing community. I am rambling on. So before we get into it, I'm going to introduce my guest. We have Max Cleworth of, I just call him Max because it's weird to call your friends by their surnames, obviously.
No, you're Petros Patsilova. So
I am Petros. Introduce yourself, Max, or like just fucking say something like.
Hello, internet. My name's Max. I work in a call center.
Yeah, fucking. How rad is that? We got a common man. Max being modest. Max also the lead singer and guitarist of the new Tusk. If you haven't checked those guys out, you can check them out on Bandcamp. Yeah. Bandcamp, YouTube. Check out their video for Coldstein. It's based on the film The Virgin Suicides and it's fucking great.
Petros actually did you did your own version of the video as well, which I think's still online, which is pretty. I think that's the one I wanted to go with, but
that's
I lost the vote.
Yeah, I have a tendency of making unsolicited music videos for friends.
You did like our first 3 videos were just like just ones you made, but they were like real good though. They're still on the CV. Yeah, just stock. Yeah, they were stock footage. Just I don't know. After that first one, of one of our tunes, like I had people being there like, oh man, it fits really well. You're really like smart and like. No, I never owned up to actually made it.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I was real bored back then. I had a girlfriend who I didn't like, so I made videos instead. I'm only joking. She was a lovely lady in her own right, and probably shouldn't be talking about that on a podcast on the internet. I'm a fucking idiot. Well, enough of that. So I know a little about this film. I've actually seen it before, and Max is actually one of the first people I ever watched this film with. But it's been
probably about 4 years.
4 years since we watched it, so it's not fresh in our memories. Obviously, this film is out there in the zeitgeist. There is a YouTube video you can always check out called Nicolas Cage Loses His Shit.
Classic.
Where this film is featured heavily. Fuck. Featured heavily with clips from it, and yeah. It's fucking great, guys. It's fucking nuts. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, we've had a couple of beers. We've got some snacks. We're gonna get into everything. We're gonna get into the good, the bad, and the ugly of Nicolas Cage. We're gonna get into the downright ridiculous nature of Nicolas Cage. So it only calls for one thing. We're gonna roll the theme music, and then after that, guys, gotta put our feet up. Turn our phones off and get raging with Cage. Feels like I've been awake for days, watching film starring Nicolas Cage. Could be shit or it could be fun. Valley Girl face off an army of one. Deadfall Cornell, Lord of War, The Wicker Man, Trespass, and so many more. Know how it starts, I don't know how it ends. The first 10 are solo, then it's me and some friends. No distractions, no expectations. Over the weeks, hear my frustrations. I guess the podcast is about to begin. I'm your host, Petros Plasilivus, and I'm caged in. Right, we're back. Vampire's Kiss has been watched. What did you think of it, Max?
Yeah, it was a bit of a journey. I don't really know. I don't really know exactly what happened on that journey, but it was definitely a journey of sorts.
Yeah, I find it's a difficult one because I don't know what this film is trying to tell us. Should probably get into what actually happens in this. So,
basically, it starts right. He's in therapy, and he's just saying about how like he got hooked up with this girl. Then it goes to like something which might have been a flashback.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. It's either a flashback or
just another thing,
another part of his life. Like, does he live this? It's really weird to me. Like, I found it really weird. If you see this film and like his voice for one is fucking
yeah.
God knows.
Bill and Ted and Nicolas Cage.
yeah. He's got some. You find out later on in the film as well. He grew up in Philadelphia and lived in New York. Yet has this Californian,
kind of British. Sometimes.
Yeah. He has this fucking mental voice. But yeah, how is he such a stud to the ladies? He's fucking disgusting.
It's like in a lot of the earlier like Nic Cage films as well. Like his eyebrows just like stand out so much, and as he gets older, it's just like, oh mate, they're down. They're simmering down a bit.
Yeah, you notice in these earlier ones as well, his teeth are fucking crooked as shit.
Well, in this one, he had some pretty gnarly teeth as well.
Yeah, so you see like him going out to clubs. He picks up a woman. Kind of. Oh, that's it. Yeah, he takes a woman back to his place, and a bat flies in,
and he just loves it.
He loves it. Like
in that bit, like, I didn't really know if the woman was like. I thought she was like real prang about it. I thought she was like crying and shit. But then she went outside, and then she was just like laughing. I don't really get it.
His laugh for
his
one.
Laugh, no, all of his laughs. All of the multiple ones were just absolutely fucked.
Yeah, then it's kind of, it goes back and forth. Like the therapy scenes kind of punctuate this film. It's like, I kind of had a theory at one point that maybe the whole film was him in therapy telling this story almost, but I don't think that is the case. So there's a few ideas and theories I kind of have about this film, but we'll get into that kind of after we've discussed the film. So yeah, after the second,
he's like getting with this girl. This bat flies in, and then he's just like, that like gets like called off whatever because there's a bat in the room. And then like he tells his therapist that he's like, you know, he's into it. You know, he's into just the bat being there, and then.
Yeah, well, he says he got horny, like
he got horny because of the bat, basically, which is a new one, very niche.
Yeah, and you next see him like at work.
He hates his secretary,
Alva.
I pity Alva.
Poor fucking Alva. You never find out why he has this hate and dislike for her. He just picks on her so fucking much. Definitely Google or YouTube any of the like standout scenes from this. That there's loads of stuff involving Alva. There's a famous line which is, "Alva, am I getting Oh no, I fucked it up.
That famous line, yeah?
Yeah, that real famous line that I fucked up. YouTube it, guys. Obviously, I'm not going to do a fucking good job, so I'm going to drink a few beers. Then he meets.
Well, does he meet her?
Yeah, this is one of the things where like both of us we've had a little chat about this. We had we had a little break between watching it just to kind of gather our thoughts because we both fucking needed it. As soon as the film finished, we were like,
"Nope,
what was that?" Yeah, he might have met this woman called Rachel.
I think he actually met her. Like, he must have like met her at some point because like she crops up at the end, but she's not like in this sort of like form.
Not in the capacity. Yeah.
Yeah.
He pretty much he takes her back to his, and she gets real rough with the sex. You know, proper going for it. Some real fucking some of that. You know how it is, guys. Come on, you've had sex. 2017. I don't know. Something like that, and she starts biting his neck, and you think, fucking hell, it's getting a bit fruity. But then she's covered in blood. She's got fangs, and you're like, oh, this is the vampire's kiss we've been talking about. And then you see the morning after, which
he comes in with a cup of tea. You know, he's obviously had in his mind a lovely night with this lady or vampire, and then brings her a cup of tea, but she's just not in the bed, and he hands a cup of tea to no one, and then starts shaking basically. So that's when you're there like, what's his name in it? Peter. You're there like, is it Peter?
Yeah, Peter Lowe. Should probably say, yeah, his name's Peter Lowe. He's fucking nuts. He thinks he's a vampire, basically. Yeah.
He this with his work. This like he works for this like literature company, which is pretty like ironic considering the writing standard of this film. But and he's looking for this contract, and then like straight away this guy calls up and says like, "Oh no, it's all right. You know, there's no rush with this contract." And he's there like, "Oi, Alva, you need to fucking sort it out. You need to get me this contract by the end of the day." He knows full well like it's like going to be an absolute nightmare to find. And yeah, he pretty much just like absolutely torments her.
Yeah, and like a thing like we've kind of missed is he goes on a date with a girl at a gallery.
Oh yeah,
and he says to her, "I'm going for a piss."
Aggressively, like really, like
very aggressively. Leaves her there. Just walks home. She calls him up, and you hear the voicemail, and it's fucking great. I'll drop in a clip right here of it. Just his response to it is fucking great. She's pissed off. She's saying like, I never want to see you again.
Oh, wait, sorry. When he goes for a piss, he like just bails out the side of the building. He just like does one.
Yeah. She's like, I don't want to fucking see you again. You fucking fuck. And his response is, yeah, well, fuck you too, sister. Such a sassy guy.
He gets her back though with that sass. That sass must have some sort of like resonated charm with some people because he seems to get a lot.
Yeah. Then we're back to the therapist's office, and he seems to have no recollection of saying that he got a boner because of the bat.
But did that therapy thing actually even happen? Was he ever in therapy? Was ever a bat?
Yeah, this is one of the points. Like, there's a scene coming up that we'll get to that kind of really puts it all into question. I'm not sure if the filmmakers knew what they were fucking doing here.
Even on like the first, like when you put the DVD in kind of thing, like the like loading screen is just like the most like budget picture of Nicolas Cage looking like he's just like walks out of fabric or something at like 7 a.m.
Yeah, I think that might be down to my scrimping on DVDs, and maybe there's a special edition of this that I couldn't track down. But yeah, I'm not sure on that one. But yeah, he seems to do. I've written down in my notes. He seems to do little to no fucking work. He seems he's like a literary agent. All he seems to do is sit at his desk, shout at Alva, have outbursts. There's a point in the film. There's a point like he chases Alva into a toilet stall, fucking menacingly. He jumps up on a desk. He's fucking ranting and raving. He's after this fucking contract like nobody's business.
But he knows it's no biggie, though. He knows it's no biggie. He's just doing it to fuck with her because he's a legend.
And then there's some real weird stuff. There's like, I'm not sure if you picked up on this, Max, but like the two mimes outside of the apartment.
Yeah, I just thought they were doing some like, well, like, don't know, like odd like breakdancing or something at the start, but then nah, they were there for like 2 innings or outings of him going in the building kind of thing.
Yeah, he kind of has this breakdown and tries to call his therapist. She doesn't answer, and then calls gallery girl.
Yeah,
and kind of apologises and says, "Oh, please take me back. Can I meet you tonight?" We see him go into his apartment. Hears a spooky noise. Gets pranged. He walks. He's in the apartment. He says, this is a bit we got confused on because he walks out of the apartment.
And then he's back in the apartment.
We're not sure if this is...
that when he hears the door go, like, after that as well? Then he goes to the door and there's no one there. And then, like, he goes back in and then, like, the weird, like, vampire lady's there. And she's there, like, oh, yeah, you know, you let me in kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's playing into the whole, like, vampire lore of... you have to let her, you have to invite a vampire in. Like,
I don't even think this film's so much deeper than I can.
Yeah. It's kind of cool that it's playing with those things. Like, you have to invite a vampire in, like, and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's down to the bad editing of him leaving the apartment, then being back in because he had arranged to meet gallery girl whose name is Jackie. Sorry, let's
Jackie.
Yeah. Come on, guys! Got to give ladies their real names. Like, then they're human beings, not just dates. Okay. He agrees to meet her. So you think he's leaving? You think he's leaving to like go to the bar that they've arranged to meet at? But he's back in the apartment. Sees Rachel or doesn't see Rachel with the. This is still up in the air, guys. Like,
she might have been there.
Yeah, we only finished this film probably about 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago. However long it is, yeah. Fairly, yeah. very, very soon ago. It's time doesn't matter. But he thinks he sees her.
He thinks he sees her, then she basically like stops him from like going out, like, because he's so like, he's there like, oh man, this is what I was like, I don't know if this is too like overthinking it or anything, but it could be something like a metaphor for something like addiction or something like that. But then like, I still don't know why, because like he obviously can't leave the house and stuff, and he's just like, I'd rather do that and like get out and like have like fun and that. But then like, is that too deep? Because he does end up like running around like being scared of light and like thinking he's a vampire, and that doesn't really like strike me as like an addiction sort of like.
I don't know. I think a lot of like potheads like to sit in the dark, or you're probably thinking of worse drugs, aren't you?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure heroin addicts don't like going out in the day either. I don't know. I don't know any heroin addicts. No one to speed dial and be like, hey,
We not recently, mate.
Now over to the heroin correspondent, the man on the streets, literally. He's then back in the. Oh no, that's it. Obviously, he didn't see Jackie. She leaves a note for him at his apartment that just says, "Get out of my life," which brings about one of the fucking most mental scenes in this film of him kind of just. I don't know, how would you even...
I would say it was like the start of his demise, but like he's obviously like been... His sort of like stability's been in decline since the get-go, but like this is like the first time he's proper had like a major like freak out and just starts like just completely trashing it. Is that when he starts just trashing his gas?
Yeah,
he fully like is not getting his deposit back.
Yeah, he wrecks the place, obviously, and then like a lot of this just kind of happens and then bang onto the next scene. Not like they don't really stew on it. Do you know what I mean?
No. What? There's so much to see. Why would you stew on anything?
Yeah, we're back at, and he's kind of like his mood. Like this film tonally is all over the place as well. I wasn't sure whether to laugh. I wasn't sure whether to be scared. I wasn't sure whether to cry. Like, I felt like crying a few times, not out of like it being sad, more like
pure confusion.
What the fuck is going on? Yeah. He's back in the therapist's office, which like brings out a standout moment.
Yeah, this is the good bit.
Definitely a standout moment. It's the misfile scene where he's talking about. He can't find the contract. He's put Alva on it, and then the therapist kind of says maybe someone misfiled it.
And he's there like, how can you misfile it? Like, it's just like, it's all in alphabetical order. Then he essentially just reels off the alphabet, doesn't he? Just in a in a really aggressive tone, yeah.
Yeah, again, that's something like...
If you've been on the internet, you've probably seen it.
Yeah, come on, guys. If you're listening to a podcast, you've fucking seen this clip, you morons. It's the dance... I'd say dance moves. I don't think they're intentional. But when he's kind of doing the alphabet, he does some kind of weird version of the Macarena, where he's like kind of like Peter Pan-esque. Like, I'm doing it as like...
You're doing really well, actually.
Yeah. I can't help but like when I'm talking about it, kind of, I just like chickeny. It's like... I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like... theatrical. It's fucking nuts. Like... Please, guys, whatever you do, like, hit me up, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, Caged In Pod, if you've seen this, or, like, I don't know, I might make a fucking boomerang of me doing, like, the fucking little dance he does, or I'll definitely be sharing, like, clips from this film on social media, because it's fucking great. I'll be sharing the soundtrack, if anyone knows if the soundtrack is available on physical format, I'm talking CD or vinyl. I'm talking cassette tape, guys.
Floppy disk, anything.
I fucking want it. You got a mini disc. I've got a mini disc player at my mum's. Like, I fucking want it. It's batshit crazy. Fucking pun intended. So yeah, then he starts like wearing shades at work, and he's just
and then he all of a sudden he just starts like every time. I don't think he only ever smokes when he's in work, but he does that a fair bit. Like he just like whacks out a ciggy, and everyone's obviously there like, oh cool man, like chill
yeah. He kind of looks like that guy though, like who I do like people at school who like said they smoked
and they don't.
Yeah, like hanging off the side of hanging off the edge of the lip almost.
Like looking over their glasses type of thing. So.
Never see him inhale, just kind of resting on their lip, just letting the wind do the work, burn it down. Yeah, he starts being a fucking real dick to Alva. He says to her like, you need to find this file, like, even if there was someone who had worked here less time than you, I would still get you to do it.
You're bottom of the barrel. You're like, it's basically like, or words to like this effect. You are shit. You fucking suck, dude. Like you're gonna do the dog work.
Yeah, and like throughout this, like we get scenes of him kind of in his demise into his apparent vampiric state. Like he sees a neon cross on the side of a church, fucking plummets to the floor.
It's emotional, that bit.
Yeah, he like returns home that evening as well.
I think that's when he makes his sort of like makeshift coffin as well. Like that's when he's there, like, oh man, like where he like flips the couch on its like on top, and he just sleeps under the couch because obviously that's the only way to like prevent sunlight from getting into you when you're asleep. He's got some solid, like, I'm sure he's got some solid blinds or curtains or something, but where's the theatrics in that?
Yeah, I think he's really shot himself in the foot as well, because where he wrecked the apartment earlier, he fucking ripped his blinds.
Fair.
Yeah, so like you kind of see moments, they're kind of like taped together, so there's like little bits peering through, but like, yeah, with the sofa coffin, like, if you're trying to keep the sunlight out, like,
go under a blanket.
I'm not sure if you know how a sofa works, mate, but like, just think about it, guys. You're turning the sofa upside down, so the bit you'd sit on is now facing the floor. The bit where you actually sit on, there is a gap. Even if you are under that sofa, you're exposed. You are exposed.
Honestly, there's literally like plenty of ways to like avoid the sunlight if you really wanted to. I mean, like, you're sleeping on like the floor anyway. Why not just get them cushions, put them in the bathroom, sleep in the bath? That would be so much better than like literally just being in the room that you fucked up the most. Like, I'm pretty sure his kitchen had no windows as well. You'd have access to like fridge and shit. You wouldn't have to worry about like anything. But
yeah, he kind of he goes home. Yeah, he's kind of made this makeshift bed, but Rachel's there again. Is she there? Is she not there? Real cliche. They watch Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, classic, like, vampire, granddaddy vampire, apparently. He's OG vamps. Shout outs to Nosferatu. Pouring one out for my dead homie.
My undead homie.
Yeah, he like, it's really weird. He touches a mirror and like kind of like burns.
It made me jump that a little bit. Like the noise he made, it was there. Like, I don't really know what I was expecting, but I don't know. The hiss was kind of piercing.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like he's like a massive kid like playing vampire, because he makes his own sound effects. So like he'll touch the mirror and go like as if it's burning him or something like that. And yeah, like when he wakes up in the morning, like he has this. Yeah, he touches the mirror. It fucking burns him apparently. As I look in the fridge, like what we got for brekkie. Like, we've got some eggs in there. We've got some bacon. We've got some sausages.
Check the hob, mate. Check the hob. What's in the hob?
Check the hob. Is he looking for a frying pan? No. There's a fucking cockroach.
He puts in a lot of effort to like get it as well, because like there's like plenty of opportunity for him to just sweep it on the floor and like see you later, or even like whack it with a newspaper or some shit like that. But now, obviously, if you see a cockroach on your dirty hob, you're gonna fucking whack it straight in your gob.
Yeah, and look, fun fact for you guys: Nicolas Cage actually on set ate the cockroach.
Man, I think that's dedication. That's real. Would you be able to do that in 2017? Would like people kick off?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. I think cockroaches still got a bad rap. I reckon people you won't miss a cockroach. Like,
nah, not.
I don't know. It's pretty controversial. Like, the rapper Tyler the Creator ate a cockroach in a. I don't know. To me, it felt like yesterday. I think it was like 2011, guys.
Yeah, that was ages ago.
Getting old. Might as well have came out at the same time as Vampire's Kiss, guys. Fucking hell. Shit. Then he's back to work. Realises Alva's not there.
Pulled a sickie.
Fair
enough though, because like he was like, "Oh mate, you're not leaving until you find this like report," and like. It seems like she's just got like the most like dread job of all time, just looking through reports, like looking for through contracts for like this guy, and she's got to find the specific one. The pile of like contracts on her desk is absolutely mental. So she's not going home anytime soon. I'd be fucking ill after that. I'd pull a sickie. I'd quit my job, man. I'd go right down job centre. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's hard for me to go to my job at the best of times, and I enjoy my job, guys. Like, come on. Let alone if Nic Cage was my manager, especially in this role.
No.
Fucking no, thank you, no, sir. What does he do to be a good boss? He drives out to her apartment
with soup. With soup.
Oh
wait, sorry. Just before that, like her mum was there, like, Alva, like, mate, you well need to go to work, and she's just like, honestly, like, this guy is actually the worst, and the mum's like, nah, like, my boss can be an arsehole sometimes, like, it's fine, like, everyone's like a dick, and she's there like, no, this guy's like seriously fucked up. And the mum's like, you've got to go to work. She doesn't go to work because obviously Mr. Low is like
the lowest of the low.
The lowest of the low. So he just like comes around, knocks on her door. She's doing some ironing in her bra. Obviously pretty freaked out because like this guy's like.
Well, he does. It's not the fact that he's like just knocks on the door. He peers through the window.
Yeah.
At her ironing, like kind of has a good gawp, and then kind of like shouts through the window. She's like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I can't hear you
through this window.
Like, let me in." He's like, "I've come to call a truce," and we can like.
You can read them like a book.
Yeah, it's like a book, like a pamphlet, mate. Like books.
You can read him like the short stories he publishes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing I just want to like mention is he's a publisher for short stories, but seems to be balling. Like he's out every night, he's whining and dining these ladies.
And also going back to like what you said earlier, like he does absolutely nothing. So I've really got no. Actually, the one bit of work he did in this entire film was like take a call from someone and then relay the wrong information to the person who's got to deal with like the result of that call. So like not only is he like not doing much, but like the only thing he is doing is like he's doing it like catastrophically wrong.
Yeah. He's I don't know what the money is in short stories as well. Like
it's it was a different age as well.
Yeah, unless he's doing like anthologies. Like I don't know, most short stories. I don't know. I don't. I'm not gonna hold my hands up. I'm not. I'm not an authority on short stories and how they're published. So let's not get into those treacherous waters. Yeah, so he gets her in the cab. He convinces her that I'm a nice guy. Like, I'm here for you. I've got you the soup. Let's just get back to work. Like, I've been a dick, basically. Like,
as soon as she's in the cab, though, the bombshell, he's like, oh yeah, well, you know, like stoked you're like coming back to work and stuff, you know, etc. As soon as they're in, so you're gonna find that report, yeah? And then she's like, but like Nic Cage, you said that it didn't matter that like that I couldn't find it. You said that you'd rather just have me there, and he just changes his tune back. Which
he changes his tune so fucking bad. Like he's off the fucking chain. She has a ploy to get out of the cab. Like even if it's for a moment, she says her brother works at a gas station. She needs to drop him off some money. She goes in and she's asking for bullets for a gun she has, which forgot to mention she threatens him with when he chases her into the toilet, like you would do.
You definitely would do, man. That guy's fucked. Like.
But this shows you how unhinged he is. Like this film, I don't know, like. The C-bomb is dropped a fair few times.
No, I counted 4 times. Like 4, even for like, and I know it's an 18, but like that's an excessive amount of like.
Yeah, like we're not prudes. Come on, guys. Like, but still, like they're just so out of context and just kind of like, as I said, like tonally, like if this was a comedy, it's a really bad comedy.
Yeah.
If this is a horror, it's a really bad horror. Like, it's just trapped between so many different tent posts.
I think the bits which like anyone finds like remotely amusing, like the writer, like what's his name, like Danny Minion or something. Like he was there, like he must have been there, like, oh man, this is really gonna like get people like thinking. They're gonna be there, like this guy's got some screws loose, and like, you know, I'm really like it's really deep. This is actually really quite scary. But like, and then he just like comes out of like a really monotonal just cunt or something like that, and you're there like,
yeah,
okay,
well,
whoa.
Like Cage's like Peter Lowe's reaction, to her being in there so long is, where is this cunt? And it's just like, what?
Oh wait, no, sorry, he's waiting outside in the taxi. The taxi driver's just like pointing at his like a picture of him and his wife, and he's there like, you know, this is my wife. I've been married for 15 years. You know, she's like what keeps me going, kind of thing. This is my baby. And then he has like a bit of a revelation, I think, and he's there like, yeah, man, you know, I need to find like someone who I love, kind of thing. I thought then he was gonna like just pop a question to Alva and be like, actually, you know what? I've been an arsehole to this woman, but you know, I think I love her.
This film like keeps you second guessing and kind of like always has you on the back foot, which like is something to be like is to commend it by like I don't know. It's not stagnant. Let's just say that. I think one of its downfalls is like they let Nic Cage kind of loose, and
that's probably never a good idea.
Yeah, just you got to rein people in sometimes. I've used the comparison before, like it's the Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean. Like I know a lot of people enjoy those films. I think they're okay, but like his character is just so fucking off the wall. It's like it gets to a point it's not serving like dramatic or like it doesn't push the story along in any way. There's no character development. It's just him kind of ooh, and that is the same with this. Like his voice is all over the place. His like fucking his body's all over the place.
He looks like some of the moves he makes is like he's like a humanized pretzel, man. Like he contort some pretty dodgy positions for no reason.
Yeah, he's like David Byrne in Stop Making Sense, like the live talking heads like thing. He's like he kind of reminds me of that, like the big suit bit in that. Like he's fucking nuts.
Well, I read I don't know how true it is because I read it on the internet, but like that he was the only like professional on set kind of thing. Like he was the only person who'd ever done a film before, and like
that wouldn't surprise me at all. Like,
no, but the thing is though, like he's like I wouldn't say like any of the actors like blew me away because like otherwise more people probably would have heard of this film. But like Nicolas Cage definitely isn't the best actor in the film, and like I don't know, is he?
No, like
But like considering he's the only like professional, and like
well, like his performance is like it's so overblown and just like it's almost undefined. Like you can't define what he's about. Like it's
well, I kind of thought like, you know, when you see like or like when you're a kid and like you have like a proper mental tantrum and you're just like going off on one so much that like you know your throat's gonna hurt and your mum's there like, mate, your throat's gonna hurt like later, like shut the fuck up. And then like you're just going like so ham, and then you just realise like, oh man, like I'm going so overboard for this. This is absolutely I think that's kind of like Nicolas Cage did that with this film, but like he never like clocked that his throat was gonna hurt later.
Yeah, he is that like screaming toddler face down in the supermarket. Like he's gonna get his way. Like, yes, it's real weird. Well, enough of that tangent. Let's get back to like let's get back to what happens in this fucking
classic
weird, wonderful ride. That's it. He gets her back to the office. Kind of has a freak out because he's definitely fully now believes he's a vampire.
Yeah. He's
like in the bathroom, touching the mirrors again, like says, where am I? Where am I? Like, I think the film lets you know that it's in his head because we can see him in the mirrors, so like
excellent camera work there.
But I think that is the film letting you know that it's him. It's not. He's not actually a vampire. Like he's just a fucking nutter. And he kind of holds himself up in his office, says he's having a meeting, and lo and behold, who comes rising, cream of the crop, top of the pile, contract in hand. our main gal, Alva.
Mate, she bosses it.
There's a really weird thing as well when he's in his office around this time. He sees the cab driver and his wife.
I think that's when like Alva's like knocks on the door. He sees the cab driver and like the wife that you saw in the picture just in there wearing what they were wearing like in the picture. Must have been like their wedding day or something. I'm sure it was a happy affair. And then he's just like, I can't remember what he says. He says something which considering that's just happened, and obviously that's like, oh man, this guy's like got some stuff he needs to like sort out. I thought they'd actually say something a bit more significant that I could remember.
Yeah, like that's a thing. Like stuff like that had me thinking, like, is this a real fucking blind stab at some kind of David Lynch-esque oddness? Do you know what I mean? Like,
just throw a load of like real like weird shit at the wall, and then like if something sticks and someone makes a theory out of it, then we've made a classic, boy.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's what happens in this. A lot of shit was thrown at the wall, and a lot of shit stuck. Not necessarily for the good, like the shit stuck, basically. like this film, I believe, is not known for its fucking artistic credibility, but more for its wacky delivery from Nic Cage.
And memes.
Come on, guys. Come on. This is where memes mean something. Yeah, so Alva's found it, and then things get real fucking dark, because is this when, he chases Alva through the...
he's like, this is too late, you know. Then he obviously she's pretty torn up because she's spent her whole working week staying late, trying to find this fucking contract, which didn't actually matter in the end, and then he chases her,
and she pulls a gun at her. I think I didn't mention that the gun that, like, the bullets she was handed for the gun were blanks. She fires them, not at him, but kind of some warning shots to get rid of him. He's saying, shoot me or you're fired, put me out of my misery, I'm a vampire. Gladly, taking it. And
he doesn't die because they're blanks.
Yeah, like, when she falls to the floor, like, I'm not sure, I think he rapes her, like...
Yeah, it's not really like overly explicit kind of thing, but like...
I'm glad it's not.
Don't worry.
I was not there going, rubbing my hands together going, this is what I want to see on a fucking Wednesday night. Not at all, guys. Like, I know I might seem sick in the head that I'm watching all these fucking films, but I'm not a fucking monster, come on. Like, when she's on the floor as well, she turns into Rachel, like, again, he's fucking flipped his lid. He's not thinking straight.
He puts the gun in his mouth. Obviously, he has no clue that they're blanks.
I think possibly like, this is just coming to me now, so this could be complete shit, but the transformation into Rachel is almost like whenever he does something bad, she rewards him for it, and like that is like a cinema like the filmmaker's trick to like mask the like instead of fucking going balls to the wall. Sorry, that's a horrible thing for what I'm about to say, but like going full throttle, like with showing an explicit rape scene, like they kind of do this, like show you that Rachel's there, like that is almost his dark side. He's kind of created this conduit to like someone, like, that devil on your shoulder. She is like the personification of that. So like, I don't know. Again, like as I said, that's I totally fucking just freestyled that. And if I've offended anyone, unsubscribe to the podcast, and I'm sorry. Then he fires.
Yeah, he's unaware that there's like blanks in the gun. So he puts it in his mouth, fires 2 shots, absolutely nothing. Obviously, like in his head, he's there like, shit, man. I need to be staked for this. Like, I need to, like, if I really, really, really want to, like.
Well, I think he believes then that he is immortal. He definitely is a vampire.
Well, because isn't like the only way to like kill a vampire? Isn't it just through with a stake? Like traditionally, isn't it just a stake in the heart?
Yeah, but I think like if he was human.
Yeah,
shooting himself in the mouth.
Yeah, that'd probably do a bit of damage.
Yeah. So obviously him thinking they're real bullets in the gun.
Yeah. He's just there like, well, man, I'm fucking not a human anymore.
Yeah, yeah, he's fucking lost his. So what does he do? What do you do when you've turned into a vampire? You go to a kind of
off license for really like slapstick comedy goods.
No, it's like an occultist, like an occultist 24/7, like you know what I mean? Like joke shop. Like I don't know, the guy was the kind of picture the guy is like an old Chinese guy wearing a I don't know, like a pentagram T-shirt with
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And he's kind of showing him the range. He's like, hey,
fiberglass teeth.
We've got fiberglass ones. They're $19.99. Old fucking Peter Lowe's thumbing through his wallet. He's probably got about $3. He's like, what the fuck will this buy me?
You buy some budget plastic ones.
Oh come on, like the ones you used to like.
Well, maybe you don't actually make that much money in like in like publishing literature. Then
this is the. I think he's blown it on other things, isn't he?
Yeah, fair actually. Fair.
Or maybe that is the moment you kind of like. That is the moment to show you like, hey, look, publishing ain't so great.
I'm gonna go to the big smoke, ma.
Yeah, like
publishing books like Penguin, ma.
Those false teeth you buy, though, they're like those ones that you would get that would destroy your own mouth, like
fully, yeah.
Real rigid, sharp edges, like every time you open and close your mouth, like something's getting fucking poked. That shouldn't do.
Yeah. They're not a dentist dream.
No, So what do you do? What do you do when you've turned into a vampire? You've bought your budget teeth.
Hit a disco.
Hit the club. Come on. Come on, it's a Friday night.
But you don't need to show your ID. You don't need to queue up. You push through the queue and just fucking lay out the bouncer.
Of course you do. And there's no repercussions for that.
Of course not.
There's never going to be repercussions for fucking barging your way through. It kind of does this almost aping like old vampire cinema, like, you know how they kind of seem to glide in it, like when you're watching Nosferatu. He kind of like shoulders back, and kind of, it's like he's gliding across, like he's moving through the club. Like, I don't know, if you saw that guy, dangerous loner. Like, if you saw that guy in the club, you'd be like, hand over your drink, like clutching onto your mate's hand, like. Look at that guy, I think it's time we hit the road, like, let's see what's happening.
I've seen him down Volks.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what's happening at fucking Prism. Come on, let's get out of here. This place is taking a turn for the worst. He kind of goes to this really weird, like, I've never seen this it looked like it should be like in a chateau or something.
Yeah.
Like a VIP section, like. Definitely, I reckon they fucking just blew their budget on like this. I don't know. On this location, they were kind of like, fuck it, we'll just get like clubs have VIP sections
with no one in them apart from one girl doing coke.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't actually been in VIP sections. I don't really go to clubs, but like I know VIP sections are predominantly same as the actual club, just normally like a bit of fucking velvet rope or something like that. Like not this kind of like
massive, like comfortable chamber to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's
like
what
you literally may as well just be like, just go home. Like you're just in a room on your own.
Yeah, it's like a fucking like something of a Renaissance painting. Yeah. There should be someone feeding someone grapes, but instead there is a lonely woman just doing like a tiny line of coke.
It might be the narcotics she's just consumed, but she's really not fazed that someone who looks like Nicolas Cage comes up, rocking them glasses, teeth, and like it's just proper like
eyes like wider than a motherfucker. But then again, on coke, you're probably used to seeing someone with pretty wide eyes. Yeah, like I guess.
So she's like not fazed by it at all. She's just there like, oh cool, this guy. She kind of thinks it's like a bit of a joke. Then like I think he might have like tried to like touch her like breast or something, touch her inappropriately. So she gets a bit like obviously like, dude, who the fuck are you? Two, what the fuck are you doing? Like pushes him off a little bit. So he just goes in for the kill and just fucking bites her neck. Really.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't notice was like I didn't see the teeth fall off, but like he was like biting her and shit, like and he had the teeth on, and then I might have just missed this, but like, and then like when he like pulled his like actual teeth away, the plastic teeth he just bought weren't there, and then he like pulls them up like from just like underneath kind of thing and slots them back in. It's like poor editing or just a mystery of the cinema.
Oh, I don't know. Like, did he bite her with those teeth? Like, I don't reckon those false teeth would have pierced skin.
The false teeth wouldn't, but I reckon like if you're in the sort of state that Nicholas was in, you'd probably just you would probably be able to bite through someone's
Oh yeah,
flesh.
definitely. Yeah, like I've had a tooth, like I've had a teeth removed, and
A tooth.
I've had a tooth removed, just a single solitary tooth. That they always tell you like afterwards, like watch out like about eating because you could easily chew through the side of your mouth. Like I'm not sure if that's dentists trying to make like dentistry seem pretty cool and dangerous stuff could happen. To people.
Badass.
Yeah, I'm a dentist as Sylvester Stallone. Come on, yeah. No, I don't have a dentist. Yeah, like I reckon. Given the rage in Cage, like in this, he definitely could have fucking gnawed through that lady's neck. That was something like I theorized about. Like I was like, possibly did she just die of a cocaine overdose and like. I don't know, I feel like the film maybe in a way is like an untrustworthy narrator.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what to believe, who to believe. Like, definitely ain't believing Peter because
I trust Alva. I believe her side of the story.
Yeah, definitely.
But,
yeah, she's had nothing but fucking shit luck. Yeah.
Innit?
Do you know, she's even trying to do some ironing, watching her favourite shows, like...
Her nutty boss.
Fucking up at the window. No, thank you.
So, yeah.
He like, and that's the thing as well. He seems to leave. He seems to just mingle back through the club, covered in blood. Like
No one bats an eyelid.
no one bats an eyelid. Like blood round his mouth. Like I know people have smooched girls like with red lipstick on and got a bit of lippy around the mouth, but nothing like this. Come on, guys, this is like a good like 2 inches.
He's bitten someone's neck. Like,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That or he's like does not know how to drink a glass of wine. He's fucking. He's gone all over the place. Do you know what I mean? Like
this is when he sees like he sees Rachel, so like the vampire like lady who's been like just basically getting hickeys off the entire film, and then he but she's there like, oh Peter, like what? And she's like, oh you like broke up with me, you like you're a vampire, like starts screaming like you're a vampire. He gets dragged out by security.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure. Like she kind of, I'm not sure if you noticed this. She kind of gives like a wry smile. Like
yeah. I was a bit like, what the fuck is actually going on with that? Because like that I thought that like bit was meant to be sort of, it's cemented that he just got rejected or some shit and he's taking it completely.
Yeah,
the wrong
that's
way.
like when that happened. Like when it kind of first happened, I think both of us kind of like discussed that thing of. We thought maybe the idea of the film was like this guy is desperately looking for love and just got burned big time by a Rachel and has sent him like for some reason has sent him down this downward spiral in which he thinks he's becoming a vampire.
Classic
like,
breakup technique, though.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know, some people listen to some sad music. You know what I mean? Some people watch The Notebook or like
rinse some Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, exactly. Like eating Ben and Jerry's, like
Listening
normal.
to Elliot Smith in the bath.
Yeah, like whatever you want to do, guys. Like you want to go for a long walk in the rain, you do that.
Just don't think you're a vampire because like I can't guarantee, but you're probably not.
Yeah, I think like I think people don't believe in that. I don't know. Maybe that's something. I might pose that question to James Hunt from the Sort of Ghostly podcasts. Like,
does he deal with vampires?
I'm not sure. Like, after hit him up, like what his boundaries are is his paranormal like investigations.
How spooky is he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I've got a semi-tall, well, an average height tail. When I was like a kid, like my parents had this house in France, and my dad used to always tell me like this story about how like I was like asleep in there one day, like one night, and they heard like all this like pattering and shit.
I was gonna say sleeping in the day. What are you, a vampire?
Well, actually, there was a bat in the room, and my dad like used to tell me that it like came and like sat on me when I was asleep, and I was there like, oh man, Dad, you're actually like my hero. Like you got that bat away. Turns out like when I asked my mum about it a few years later, she was like, nah, there was just a bat in the room, and like your dad just wouldn't get it out. He made me do it, and I was like, oh, safe, Dad. Cheers. You lied to me.
Maybe there wasn't. Maybe you were the bat in the room. Done.
Nah, maybe we just been playing cricket, and there was a bat in the room.
Oh, fucking hell.
Low.
Yeah. So obviously, when she gives the wry smile, though, it's kind of then it flips back the other way. Like, oh, is she a fucking vampire? I don't know.
What that wry smile could have been is like because she's with like some guy who obviously like pushes Cage away when he like loses his shit. But like if she could just be there like fucking hell, man.
I told you it was a nutter. Yeah. That's her new fella. Yeah.
Like, that's the one I've been telling you about or something.
Oh, Peter Lowe. I fucking told you about him. He's a fucking lunatic. And then we get the next morning. We kind of
He's been out all night, by the way.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's a vampire. He slept under the sofa during the day, and then like waits till about 10 o'clock. Then he's like, "Let's get
to town."
Yeah, let's eat a pigeon. Like,
fuck.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we definitely glossed over that part. Like that sickening, disgusting moment when a grown man
eats a pigeon.
Yeah, it's
how. Do you think Nicolas Cage actually like he did with the cockroach actually ate a pigeon?
No, I don't, because you don't actually see a scene of him like actually ingesting the pigeon.
I wouldn't put it past him though. Like just he's dedicated.
Well, I'm trying to get in contact with people who can I haven't actually mentioned this on the podcast, but one of the things would be my goal for this is to actually try and interview Nicolas Cage or for the final film, watch it with him. Ooh. That's not gonna fucking happen, but that would reach for the stars, guys, because you can always land on the clouds. Okay, but yeah, if someone said one question for Nicolas Cage,
did you eat a pigeon?
Did you eat a pigeon? That's what I'm going to be asking him now. It's the way he collects the pigeon though as well. He kind of
he he probably just stashes it under his blazer. Do you wear a blazer?
Yeah, but it's that thing. I don't think if I saw someone pick up a pigeon in the street, if I saw someone walking down the street with a pigeon, I'd be like, cool, man, you're walking around the street with a pigeon. I don't think they should feel the need to put it inside their coat.
That's the thing. Yeah. If that happened nowadays, it would be there I am putting this on the internet. That guy's just absolutely kidnapped a pigeon.
The way he is in this film, he's kind of parading himself through the streets, saying I'm a vampire. He's got he's fucking just acting howling yes. that stuff doesn't seem out of place for me. Like, I don't know if it's because we live in Brighton or but like, see nutters like that all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, see nutters worse than that all the time. Like, just get yourself down the level, guys. Come on.
I've never seen someone eat a pigeon at the level though.
Yeah, that's true.
I've seen a lot of fire poi, some like heated up spoons, but never pigeon consumption.
That happens under the pier. Come on, guys. Yeah, and then so he's eating. Yeah, he's eating the pigeon, and then we get the next. Yeah, we get the next morning.
Yeah.
We see Alva and her brother. They're kind of formulating a plan of what to do. Like, she shows her brother she's got a black eye.
Yeah.
And she tells him, like...
what happened, kind of thing.
What happened. And you see them guys driving over, but then that's intercut with... possibly...
oh, that's weird, this bit. Although, no, it's real weird, but it's like... it's... the most straightforward bit of the film, to be honest. Like,
yeah, this is. I think, like, I don't like. Whilst watching it, I thought, which one of these? Because he had made an appointment. Once he bought the false teeth, he makes a phone call to his therapist. Again, like, I'm not sure if she exists.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think she might do. As you can tell, guys, by the way we've kind of both been umming and ahhing stuff here, we don't have a fucking clue what happened, really, like what this film is about. So, yeah, he made a phone call to his therapist once he'd bought the false teeth, like, kind of... can't get it earlier, is, like, pretty much, like, the tone of it. He just wants an earlier appointment, and she agrees to do it on Sunday morning. And I'm guessing this is now Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And the therapy session, like, I'm not sure if it's the actual one he had booked in, but the therapy session he goes to...
oh, hang on, sorry. Just before he gets to this this little scenario, once he's just been kicked out of the club and shit, he sees a like a pallet board, and he like hoofs the pallet board a little bit, like rips one of the pallets off.
Yeah.
And he's just carrying this big like kind of sharp block of wood about.
Yeah, literally like a massive stake. Like,
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
A big sharp bit of wood, guys. And yeah, he's asking people, like, just I'm a vampire, please kill me. Like, do me a favour, do yourself a favour. I'm a menace to society. And yeah, he has this therapy session that is him talking to a wall.
Yeah, it's like a bollard. He kind of like bumps into it, sort of thing. Then he, then it just switches between him looking like the most haggard human being of all time, just like mumbling these words, and then it's just like, bam, he's like looking real sharp in the therapy session, speaking to his therapist,
but still holding
the 2x4.
Yeah, the piece of wood, which I guess is the filmmakers trying to like put the same things that they are linked, because obviously, I don't know, like at this point they wanted to make things clear that the rest of it they just thought, fuck it, we'll just let that all be really confusing. Like, I think, I don't know, maybe they thought people would care up until this point, and that like, hey, here's the big reveal. Like,
yeah, sort of like the end of like Inception, when it's there like, did the little thing like fall over at the end? Is he still in the dream?
Yeah.
But people just weren't actually...
Yeah, this isn't an M. Night Shyamalan film. Do you know what I mean? This isn't Sixth Sense, guys.
It's no sense.
Hey. Yeah, it's like intercut. It's intercut between him talking to a bollard, him talking to his therapist. He kind of comes to the realization that he wants love, which kind of, I feel in a way supports like the theory.
Yeah.
About like, he's like, Rachel is like a lover that scorned him. Or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
And the therapist says, I've got the perfect woman for you, a woman called Sharon. She's actually coming in right now.
She's always the one who's in after your sessions. She's always complaining about the same things of you. Why haven't I hooked you up before?
I thought maybe when she mentioned, she said, because she says it in a really roundabout way as well. She's like, oh, like, it's the woman. And then says Sharon, and then like kind of points to the side. I thought maybe the whole film he had been in therapy with like a Sharon, and it was going to turn out to be Rachel. Like, I think you guys missed out on a trick there. Like, come on, like, come on, Hollywood, Pat Silvers, get me on the blower. Yeah, and you see him leave the therapist's office with Sharon, but then you see him on the street with Sharon, and like how he made the cup of coffee for someone earlier.
He's just talking to no one.
He's just a bloody mess with a 2x4 in the street, talking to no one.
But like when he starts this conversation with this woman who obviously just isn't there, she may exist, but she's definitely just not there now. He's like, it's all going like, it's all good. They're all like, you know, they're getting along and stuff. Well, you think he is because you can only like hear him talking to her. And then like he freaks out obviously because like he has so many screws loose. And yeah, just starts like having a go at her and everything.
Yeah, he gets back to his apartment and just flips out. Like,
yeah, real hard.
Massively. Like, I'm not sure whether I...
Sorry, actually, just real quick. At this point, what's her name? Alva.
Alva
and her brother are just like waiting in the car, like kind of there, like point, like, and he's like, "Oh, point him out to me, you know, point out to like this like fucking arsehole, and I'll like get him," kind of thing. So yeah, they're just like poised, waiting for him to like come home so they can just rush him.
And they do. He gets into the apartment and
he's having that argument with the woman who's not there. I think the invisible woman leaves the apartment.
Yeah, I'm guessing so because he retreats back under the
Sofa
back into his coffin.
Yeah, sofa coffin.
So,
yeah.
And Alva's brother hoofs it off of him.
Yep.
Gonna, like he said, like, "You ready to rumble? Come on, let's get to it." Like, I'm paraphrasing there, but I think it's somewhere along those lines.
Yeah.
At which point, Peter holds the 2x4 to his chest over his heart.
I don't think it's over his like belly button.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
really
yeah.
Like, it's kind of like I don't know.
I think it definitely moves. Like, it definitely moves in shots as well. Like,
we won't question the editing on this.
Yeah,
film,
come on, like,
he's had enough grief.
Enough shit going on. And then he gives him the deafening blow.
Yeah,
And that's it. But there's a weird, like, fades to black, and then we get Rachel saying like, "Sleep sweet, dream of me, my sweet prince, or sweet angel." It's just fucking, just gotta leave a little sting in the tail, ain't you guys? Like a little, like, I don't know, like.
What does that film talk? What did you like? Because like, was there any message in that? Was there any?
I don't know. I don't know if he's like, if it's the kind of thingy on 80s excess in a way. Like, I don't know. Maybe we're misunderstanding this film, and it is kind of like, sorry if like this offends anyone, but like, because I'm speaking about what a lot of people deem as a great film and a great book, but is this like a prototype American Psycho? That, like, it is the depths of a man like dealing with his own sanity and stuff like that, and these kind of acts are maybe not real and a kind of projection of like his excess. And,
sure.
I don't know, like, what did you like? Did you enjoy the film? That's the question I got to ask you, Max.
I think I enjoyed like parts of the film. Like, I'm definitely like, I feel like, especially like seeing it in this like format and like doing this, it's kind of like a real big tick next to the name. So like, I don't have to watch that again, kind of thing.
I really enjoyed like bits of it, but like the bits that you can find on like the internet and shit.
Yeah, like I enjoy it. Like I feel the same. I enjoy it for like a kitschy value.
Yeah,
of, like,
just being there like, oh my fucking god, like people have too much money to like blow budgets on this.
Yeah, it's one of those films that's kind of like, I don't know, you kind of want to say to people, yeah, I've seen vampires kiss, you know.
Oh mate, that's so mental.
Yeah. You watch it for the like, not great acting. You watch it for just the batshit. Like, it's almost like an exercise in what can one man do? What can like this is an early sign of Nicolas Cage just being hired, I believe, for being him, not necessarily to play a character. Like, obviously you haven't watched the Max, but like in a couple of earlier ones, like Peggy Sue Got Married, Raising Arizona, and Moonstruck. Again, I believe those are films that he was hired because of who he was. A lot of earlier ones, not so much as him trying to fill a role.
Okay.
And I feel like going forward, like, yeah, I'm probably going to see a lot of stuff where
you're just going to see some flat out Cage.
Yeah, it's going to be films where he's being hired for just go, we know this guy is fucking mental, let's wind him up and let him loose. Right, so guys, you've heard what we fucking think about this. Let's have a look at what professionals, I don't know you call them professionals, but let's see what the internet is saying about this. We're going to look at IMDb, we're going to look at Rotten Tomatoes, and we're going to look at Roger Ebert. Let's get to it. So guys, we got no word from Roger Ebert on this, but instead we got stepping up to the plate, we got Amazon.com with their score. So let's start off with IMDb. We've got 5.9 out of 10. With how we thought about that, how do you think that reflects how we thought about it? Like, I don't like to give scores, but like, I don't know.
I think like 5.9, like that's pretty accurate, because it wasn't like obviously like so dreadful that it's there like, oh mate, turn this off kind of thing. There were aspects which were enjoyable kind of thing. So yeah, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool as well. Like, I don't know, in this day and age, it's nice to have a little bit of validation, and to have that validation that we are not alone. But then also it could bring up some type of anxiety, because we are nothing but sheep. We think like the others. We are not free thinkers who think out of the box. Onto Rotten Tomatoes. This score pretty much the same, just instead of points, it's percentage, and it's 59%. That is pretty much exactly the same. Yeah. So again, it's good to see that this has a kind of very across the board.
Yeah, exactly. It hasn't split opinions in any way. And 3.5 out of 5 on Amazon.com.
See, that makes it a 70%. That does, doesn't it? Makes it 70%.
Yeah.
Like 7 out of 10. Yeah, that's like
out of 5. 3.5. Yeah,
I think that's generous. Like, bringing it out, even though it's like near enough like 1.1 over like what the others are saying.
Yeah, like I don't know what, like I know all of these are based on like anyone can kind of do it. I kind of feel like with Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb, like people are a bit more invested in films.
Yeah, sure.
Amazon, any nutter can buy a DVD. Like I managed to pick this up on DVD. I might put like I don't know, like 2 star, just to kind of bring this film down a peg or two.
Yeah, for sure.
It bloody deserves it. Like if we keep giving this film good scores, guys, filmmakers are going to punish us for this shit. Exactly. Let's fight back.
You're better than that.
Exactly. Yeah, we are, guys. We're all better than that. So, just want to create a massive thanks to Max for joining me on this.
Oh, no, pleasure, man. Thanks for having me.
And is there like anything you want to plug in any way, like with the band or anything like that? Like, where can guys get at you?
Oh, mate, no, the internet, just like the new Tusk across the board. No one else has got a band name similar to that or that dreadful, so just fucking like go at it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing, guys. Check out, get it on Spotify, I believe. Check out Sloom, the last EP by these guys. Bloody good. I'm a massive fan. I've got it on vinyl, mate. Really nice orange vinyl. Can you still buy that? Is it still for sale?
I think the orange ones have like gone, but
missed out, guys.
Classic black there, classic black.
Classic black, guys. Nice vinyl with the B-side is the previous EP, Monster Trucks.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's recorded that in Seb's bedroom, so
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No expenses.
Amazing. Well, again, thanks so much for coming on the podcast.
No worries, dude. Cheers.
And let's talk about what we got coming up, guys. So, as always, I kind of do these in like 4 film chunks just to not overload you with information. Next episode, I'll be talking about Time to Kill. Possibly, I won't have a guest for that one. I'm not going to have a guest on all of these just because from this point on, there is like 61 films still to watch. So,
for you.
Exactly, yeah. So, just trying to get that many people or trying to schedule that.
No one's got 61 real mates, do they?
Exactly, yeah. And I don't think I've got the mental capacity to arrange all of that. So, yeah, we've got Time to Kill, then Firebirds from 1990, and then the next film after that will be Wild at Heart, which I do actually have a guest for, which is local comedian Martin Huckster. You can find him on Twitter at Hurley_Burley. Real funny dude. I know he is performing at the Brighton Fringe. There'll be more info on that actually on the episode we record. I will get that recorded and out before his dates at the Brighton Fringe, so don't worry about that. And then we have the 1991 film Zandali. It's in the cover to this film. I know nothing about it. Zandali, yeah.
What's the general gist from the from?
It looks sexy. Yeah, I think it's an erotic thriller. So I think it kind of looks like the front cover to Basic Instincts almost.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
so I don't know. Maybe we'll see a bit of a cage cock in that one. I'm not sure. Fucking hope not. And that's it, guys, so far for what's coming up. In regards to stuff you can do to help podcast, just rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. Like, it means a lot. Like, it's just I say it every episode. It just takes not even 5 minutes to just go on there, hit 5 stars, or just say, hey, I thought this was really good. Like, or one of the best things you can do is just tell a mate, like tell a friend about the podcast. Say, check it out. Like, I don't know, if there's a film you enjoy, or like, I know a lot of people know about this film, so if you know someone who's into it, get them onto it. Go, hey, you like Vampire's Kiss? Check out this podcast. Check out 2 idiots talking about it after a few beers, like loaded up on pretzels. Yeah, and again, social media at Caged in Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I post when episodes drops. It's one of the best ways to keep on top of whether, on when an episode is released. Like, because I don't really have a fixed in schedule, because I don't want this to take too long. As I said really early on, I feel like if I do it in a compressed amount of time, the pressure will be higher and it may send me more insane. Whereas if I did an episode every week, it'd be a bit too easy on me. Like if I'm watching 2 or 3 films a week, it's kind of fuck. Like I'm getting jittery. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So, and another way, obviously, you can keep on top of when episodes are out. Just subscribe on iTunes. Like it's so easy to do. You can hit it on auto download, and as soon as a new episode is on, bang, straight down onto your phone. You don't have to worry about it. All you got to do is hit play and listen to this dickhead chat some shit. So, guys, as always, I've been Petros Patsilivus. I've been caged in. You've been rad. Until next time, bye.